Teachers nowadays are simply the middlemen between schools and students, and they're not truly influential in the students' lives because they're simply doing what they're told and not playing an active role in what the students are being taught. I believe that a super important question that we should ask ourselves as future teachers is what should be the responsibilities of teacher leaders with today's schools? I believe that teacher leaders should be able to prepare students with practical skills, be the bridge between parents, students, and schools, and take an active role in determining the concepts that are being taught. I believe that it is super important that teachers are able to prepare students with practical skills and not just successful test taking strategies. Joe L. Kinchelow says that on numerous occasions over the last few years of standard hysteria, I have heard a variety of political and educational leaders assert the sentiments, why are we here? What is our main goal? That's right, to raise the test scores. I believe that it is our job as teachers to prepare our students in the best way possible for the future. Oftentimes, when students are simply memorizing information for a test, they will forget the information as soon as they take the test. It is very dangerous for our main goal as teachers to be to raise the test scores because we are not properly preparing our students for the skills that they need to learn to be able to perform in their everyday lives. Linda Lambert says that we need to develop a culture of inquiry that includes a continuous cycle of reflecting, questioning, gathering evidence, and planning for improvement. These are all skills that students should learn when they are in school, in the public school system. It is the responsibility of teacher leaders to go against the grain of teaching towards a test and be able to teach students practical skills that they will use in the future so that they will be prepared for any field that they go into. I also believe that it is so important for teacher leaders to be able to be the bridge between parents, students, and the school. In the introduction of this section, it is said that teachers and administrators and students and parents must understand that the gain that will occur when teachers are provided with an arena of knowledge and expertise that they bring to schools. A teacher is the only person who is able to observe a student throughout the day. Therefore, it is extremely important that the teacher is able to be an advocate for the student, both to the school and to the parent. It is essential that teachers are able to have relationships with the parents because a student's parent is extremely influential in their lives. And if we want to have a chance to influence these students' lives through learning, then it is important for us to have open communication with parents. It is also extremely important for teachers to be the bridge between the students and the school. Philip C. Schlechte mentions the role of a trailblazer and says that teachers who become enthusiastic about one curriculum innovation or another also often need leaders to help them see the linkage between their private ventures and the common good. It is impossible for teachers to do all of the work themselves, and it's important for teachers to be supported by leaders above them. Teachers are to be the advocate for the students to the school because in the end, the school is the one with all the power. But if teachers can advocate for their students to the schools, then the students as well as the parents will be able to feel like they have a voice. Another role that I believe that teacher leaders should take on is being active in determining the way in which concepts are being taught. Henry A. Giroux says that the prospective teacher is viewed primarily as a passive recipient of this professional knowledge and plays little part in determining the substance and direction of his or her preparation program. The truth is that the teacher is the only one that knows their students because they're able to work with them day in and day out. If teachers simply do what they're told in terms of the curriculum, sometimes students can be left behind because their needs are not being attended to. The sign of a true teacher leader is a teacher who is able to adapt to the needs of their students and provide the best environment for learning. Oftentimes, this means being able to stand up and go against some of the things that the schools want teachers to do. It's extremely important that teachers are in the conversation about changes that need to be made because they truly understand what their students need more than the school does. Philip C. Schlechte names 4 questions that must be asked if progress is going to be made. One of these questions mentions how teachers need to ask themselves, how do we do it? This is a very important concept as it stresses the need for teachers playing an active role in deciding how things should be taught. Many people may argue that there is a serious responsibility of teachers to raise test scores so that students can receive good grades and be able to move on from the class. However, if students are not prepared for applying skills to their lives and simply prepared to take a test at the end of the year, then they will not be ready to move on from that class and into the world. And they will often forget everything they learned right after they take the test. Many people also argue that the focus of teachers should be solely on students. However, teachers must be able to have the support of leaders so that they can be able to make changes. And they also must have relationships with parents because parents are so influential in the students' lives. Another argument that is made is that what is taught in the classroom should be left to the experts to figure out. However, teachers are often the only ones who truly know their students and know their abilities and what they need to be learning. In conclusion, being a teacher leader is about going above and beyond what is asked and having the students' best interests at heart. The way to do this is by providing students with practical skills that they will be able to use in the future, by fostering relationships with parents and leaders in the school so that the teachers can be in the conversation about change, and also having an active role in what is happening in the classroom and in the school.